And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your
We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans.
Yo.
Howdy.
Hello,
everyone.
What's going on, dudes? What is it, Wednesday? Hump
It
day?
is Wednesday.
Dude, it's the hump
Another
again.
hump day, man. Another hump day. It's coming and going. So quick, dude.
Literally.
Coming.
We call it the
Coming
dry hump
and
day.
going.
The dry hump day?
Yeah.
I like that one, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Dry humping sucks.
Well,
I mean, it didn't
depends
suck
on,
when you were in 6th grade or something. You know, like 7th, 8th grade when you were kind of first getting your rocks off. Like, that was a
Yeah.
big deal. You know what I mean?
That was also the
dry
same
humping
time.
was like, dude, we were almost there.
Yeah.
Also the same
Like
time
it-
you discovered blue balls.
True that.
Oh,
Yeah, true that. That's true. But you just associate it with like gene burn. You know what I mean? Like blue balls really
Yeah,
was
there's
just
no
like
rug
rug
burn.
burn
There's
from your
dick burn.
genes because you got that shit a lot, dude. I had nothing against dry humping, dude. You know what I mean?
Never really
yeah.
did it. Nah.
I mean, it's not. I don't think most people did it a lot, but I mean, you did. You know, yeah. It was like
It's more of like a starter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the
It's-
hors d'oeuvres at the beginning.
well, it's kind of like
Or appetizer.
It's like the beginner move. You know, like you don't know what to do, so you just do what comes natural.
Your
Yeah.
body just starts
Yeah.
moving involuntarily.
That is kind of like the dogs that just kind of pump in the air. Like
Exactly.
True.
you know the
air
motion,
hump.
you just don't know how it all works. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyways, Wednesday, here we are. Right off to the
dudes.
dry humpings, dude. They're just straight
Oh,
to
yeah.
dry.
I mean,
humping.
if you say hump day, you have to get into a hump conversation.
yeah,
Well, hey, whether you like dry humping or not, you guys should go check out all of our stuff.
Yes.
Because we're everywhere now, right?
yeah,
Last Americans podcast.
yeah. The transition has begun.
Except for some reason, it's not showing up on Google yet.
It takes a while. dude.
It says
Yeah.
it could take a week or two.
Sure.
So.
But
Yeah.
regardless, everything's up. So make sure you guys, if you like what we do and you want to follow us, make sure you go to those platforms that you prefer and, get logged in, get signed up, get the notifications going. And to Greg's point, make sure you do all the reviews. If you
Yeah,
like what we do.
all of
subscribe,
them.
follow, hit the like button,
Yeah,
dude. And just please leave a comment. Please leave a review if you guys like what we do.
Yeah,
Share it.
absolutely.
You know, that's what gets the word out.
Another reminder is Friday. We will not be on the show Friday.
Nope.
Greg, are you running a solo show Friday?
Yeah, that'll be at night. So instead of the call-in show, we'll do a call-in/show. So
Okay.
like the people of the audience will help with the articles and like kind of all get their inputs on stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. But the morning show will not be happening. Me and Chris will be out of town. We're going to Houston. So Greg will be running the show that evening as like the call-in show, which will be fun. So just keep that on your little notes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No morning show for us. No Patreon show in the morning. So
And that Monday might be a little no-show, right?
we'll see.
I think we might release like an old call-in show or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I know the studios they're shutting down completely Monday.
Yeah, everyone else
with
in
the
here
holiday.
is shutting down. They're not doing nothing.
So
For sure.
we'll figure that out. We'll let you guys know. But we have lots of fun topics, man. Lots of fun topics.
Yeah, we do.
Before we get rolling real quick, I wanted to say that we got a call yesterday from our realtor. He said that there was a small tornado in Conroe yesterday,
Great.
early morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm going to go check on the house because obviously when you're new construction, it's the most vulnerable because they're not sturdy yet. The walls aren't all the way up, so he wanted to make sure everything's good. Everything's great. We're fine. However, on the east end, there were like 4 houses that collapsed. So they got blown right over. So we were good, thank God.
Yeah.
But we asked him, we're like, is this a normal thing? He's like, nah, it's not very common. Like, it happens.
Yeah, I just
but-
knocked on wood for you guys.
Yeah.
so you're
I mean,
safe.
we're in
I mean,
Texas.
it'd be cool to see one.
Yeah, we're in Texas. Like, we're bound to see them. It's not that I'm not. The only thing is, like, when they're building it, you want to. It's not as sturdy. So no houses had any issues that were already built. Just the ones that were being built.
Speaking
So just
of,
a question, like, do you guys have tornado insurance?
no,
Like at all?
I think we.
I don't know
I think
if
we
you-
do.
do you?
You might want to buy some.
Yeah, no, I think we. Well, we're renting right now. I think that's part of it. But like in the homeowners insurance, I think there's, obviously, especially with Houston flooding, like flood insurance is something that they recommend and usually you get. So I imagine a lot of people have it. Maybe a lot don't. I don't know.
Well, because I think flood insurance is different than tornado insurance, is it not?
It is.
Yeah,
it is. But I'm just saying, like, because
It's
this
probably
area,
an option because of the area.
yeah, I mean, because we're in an area where that stuff happens, like, it's a recommended thing. It's not like you just have to, like, assume.
Like, because we had a flood warning last night, even.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I would love to do that as a job. Like, be like, hey, here's my risk analysis thing. You know, I'd be like Greg from Meet the Fockers.
Yeah.
Do you know the risk of living in Conroe, having a tornado rip
I feel
down
like
your
you
house?
would. You would be good at that.
Dude, I would do that.
Yeah, I think
I got tits. You can milk
like,
me.
you're a super
Yeah.
analytic person, and that I feel like that would be like
Yeah.
Right
your
up my alley,
stronghold
dude.
of a business.
We had like a couple, I mean, it's probably a month or two now, but we got like a flash flood warning.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
actually sent it to Chris, but I was laughing because I zoomed into the map. It had this giant, blob of where this is, where there's which we never had an issue.
Yeah.
Very
but-
accurate blob.
No, well, so I zoomed in, and our house on the map was literally, it was our house and then the flood and everything.
Wow.
And then the neighbor was
So literally,
fucked.
you were right on the cusp.
Yeah, our neighbor was fucked.
Yeah, he's like, we're
Oh,
good.
shit,
yeah,
bro.
Dave sent me the picture. He's like, we're good. Johnny Vaughn's fucked though.
Yeah, dude.
Johnny Vaughn.
Johnny
dude.
Vaughn, man. But those things are just guessing, bro.
JV.
Like flash, like it's part of the thing. You live here, you're gonna have, like, we had another thunderstorm last night, a pretty big thunderstorm. Like, it's part of it. So
Yeah.
you get
Well,
insurance.
it's just like your car insurance probably has massive hail insurance. You know what I mean? Like,
It might.
you guys have like baseball size hail.
haven't seen
Haven't
that.
seen that yet.
Yeah, haven't seen that. But I know, like, the north, especially Dallas and stuff, they get some, like,
I mean, that's
heavier
why a
hail.
lot of people like they have like their secondary like carports areas because they like go
Yes.
park under there when during those.
Yeah,
that
man.
shit.
Absolutely.
But I love it. I love the weather, though.
I do too.
And
Speaking of seeing stuff for the first time, which I didn't even realize they were in this area, we were all
that?
watching Fireflies last night.
Oh, no shit.
Oh shit, bro!
I haven't seen those since I
love
was
Fireflies.
a kid, dude.
Yeah, I stepped outside. I was on the phone with my dad, and I'm standing there, and all of a sudden I see,
Oh, wow.
and I'm like, oh shit,
That's cool.
that's sick. And
That's
then
really
I
cool.
had Ash and the kids come out, and Ben was like, I want to catch them.
Yeah,
You know, the only time I now see fireflies is in Zelda. When I
Oh, wow.
play Zelda on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had never seen them before.
Or
That
The
was
Last
pretty
of
cool.
Us, the Fireflies.
Oh yeah.
The Last of Us,
Exactly,
that TV
dude.
show. When I was in Pennsylvania as a kid, we went to Pennsylvania, and there was swarms of them, dude. And I was the serial killer. I was going around just fucking smack.
You were squatting them?
Oh hell yeah, dude! I was like 7, and my grandma, my
Yeah.
great grandma, was the one that was living there at the time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But she was like, she told my mom, she's like, they're just killing them all, and I was like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing, man. You got to, we were just having a good time.
Dang,
But
dude.
yeah, man.
That has to be a T-shirt.
Yeah, what's that? The killing,
Just squashing
Yeah, man.
a firefly.
the Firefly killers, man. You know what I mean? We were going with a vengeance. Okay,
No, that was pretty cool. I'd never seen them before.
I didn't know they were here.
I didn't either.
that's cool, man. I'll have to look now.
Caught me by surprise.
Huh?
It's
Interesting. That's cool.
A good little experience for the kids and stuff last night.
So let's get into this, man. Let's get
Yeah.
into this shit. Story
What's
time's
going on
over.
with Target, bro?
Yeah, I mean, we'll bring up the Target because it is
It's
obviously
hilarious.
It's fun. It's fun, dude. And as a person who myself, I do enjoy going to Target. Always have. They have a good toy selection. I go shop there. My wife obviously loves Target. I mean, what wife
Yeah.
generally doesn't love Target?
Yeah.
So we go there frequently. And I'll say this: my wife's, she's pretty much in agreement with me on most of the views that I have. Like, we share the same views on things.
Yeah.
But she's very, she's one of those people that, like, once it's in her head that this is bullshit, it's no going back from it. And she was talking to me yesterday, the day before, was just like, she hates Walmart. She always has. She's just like, I fucking hate Walmart. And she's like, I don't know if we just need to go to Walmart more often. Like, I'm just sick of seeing this shit. I'm sick of, like, the kids going in, they see the shit. It's in every fucking department.
Yep.
It's, and it's just too much. And
So
that-
what are they seeing? Like, just I'm seeing some underwear with some extra crotch coverage.
Dude,
Yeah.
Is this
So
a little risky?
So every year, like Target and all the stores do their Pride Month shit.
yeah.
Like they always do every single year.
Yep.
well, every store does that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Pretty
But-
much.
But for some reason,
to some
like
extent.
last week or whatever, it got big news that like Target's Pride Month thing was like more extreme than usual.
Yeah.
And it came
does
out
that
that
mean?
they had just signed with like some artist that was producing their clothing that was apparently like a Satanist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that one. This is like, what is this? A Satan worshiper?
yeah, so-
devil is hope and love. What?
Yeah, so real quick, for whatever reason this year, Target decided to do the LGBTQ shit really early.
Yeah.
So I was there about a week and a half ago, and Pride Month is what, June, right?
June, yeah.
And so we're not in June, okay? We're not there yet, but like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, they were already bringing shit out. I watched their employees putting it out, and I was looking at the shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this crap? It was just the most over the
They're
top.
getting it prepared, kind of like you know the Black Friday sales. You know, you got to get everything ready.
So
how that like stretched in from like a day to now it's a month, and now it's like
just
Black
like,
Friday sales,
just like Christmas and all those.
But they
where
put it in the
you're
front.
not eating Christmas in November.
They put it in the front.
Yeah.
That was what pissed most people off, was when you walked into the store, especially our Target right next to us. When you walked in,
The first thing you see.
one of the first things you see is this giant corner of a section that has, you know, a large amount of shit in there. Yeah. And they had the tuck, you know, like the swimsuits with the tucking ability. They have calendars.
Wait a second.
Plates.
So what is that? Is that like so you can tuck your junk?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
if you're a dude?
Yeah, they're fucking 4
It's
kicks,
literally
bro.
like, from what I understand, it's like swimsuits for people,
For transgender people.
and they have a pocket underneath where you can tuck your shit.
Yep. Keeps it tucked in.
yeah. Dude, I'm looking at the picture right now.
What
It
the
says
But
tuck-friendly construction.
Yeah.
I think what was pissing people off the most, and is pissing people off, is that there's a large section of that was for children, and there was like baby clothes and toddler clothes with queer is great and all this other shit on it, and it's just too much. It's fucking too much, man.
A lot of people started complaining. It was just rubbing people the
All
wrong
right.
way.
So
it was tucking
bottom line
people the
is
wrong way.
Dave's wife is boycotting Target.
I think a
Is
lot
that
of
what
people
I'm
are.
hearing?
A lot of people
A
are.
lot of
and
people
before
are.
we jump into the Satanist part, which I think is a very important part, and I think that's one of the fringy things that we are going to love about this, but I want to just get this out of the way. The Target, they actually came out and they had an emergency meeting.
Yesterday.
That came out yesterday.
Or no, they actually had the meeting on Friday.
Either way,
Friday,
yeah,
yeah.
it was recently. They had an emergency meeting because they were seeing the trends happening on TikTok and Facebook and all the other platforms where people were like, fuck, I'm done with Target. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Well, so accordingly, though, this is due to a Target insider who said that there was a quote emergency.
Well, they
meeting.
did. They did this.
They
though.
did.
This is actually.
Okay.
I went to Target 2 days ago, and I walked in. I actually took a picture to send to my wife, but I was like, the LGBTQ shit's out of the front. They moved it, and so they moved it to the middle of the store. It's a much smaller section now. It's with the college section. You know that section that has like the university gear. But they moved it away from the front end. And per this article, it says that they had an emergency meeting for southern stores. Obviously, Greg, you're not going to get that probably, being in the Pacific Northwest or like, New York City.
I'll have to go check out my Target and see how gay it is, dude.
And this part is what I think is the most hilarious.
It is. Are you talking about the Bud Light situation?
Yes. They said in the meeting, we need to avoid this Bud Light situation.
Yes. Which is very, hey, listen, we said it with the Bud Light thing, and we've seen this before where you think that this is going to blow over and people are going to start buying Bud Light again. And that has not been the
their
fucking
sales
case.
are still going down.
It's not good for them. And this one hasn't blown over like some of the other boycotts, like Nike and all the other shit, Carhartt.
But to be fair, though, Bud Light, their core audience was like straight white males. Am I not?
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
It is.
Target's a little different.
Yeah. Know your audience.
Here's the deal, though. I agree with you. And they are freaking out because they're saying, hey, we're already seeing a loss. They had a loss recently. To your point, Greg, what some people are saying, and I do think it's true, just like my wife, Target has a huge audience of women, right?
Oh, yeah.
And most women, you could argue a lot of women are fine with the whole, LGBTQ community or whatever, and most people don't say much. But
most people are fine with the LGBTQ, whatever the hell, but like when it's crammed down everybody's throat, and it's at the front of the stores for children to see, and then
that's it.
There's clothing and stuff designed for children. That's where it goes across the line.
That's it. It's the children part. And so like a lot of people are saying, like, you can do things, that's fine, but when you bring in children, mothers are going to start getting upset that they have to see this. And it is over the top. It is absolutely over the top.
I think that's part of it, but I feel like they've always had kids stuff too. Like in a couple years past, there's been kids stuff. But I think it's just gone so far extreme now.
I don't remember ever seeing kids shit. Ever.
For the trans stuff,
never.
That's
not.
like brand new.
No, I've never seen that. They've had calendars, they've had shirts and hoodies and all this other shit, but now it's like every department you go into has
a section,
shit.
Yeah.
And Chris, show this freaking tag on this underwear. It says tuck-friendly construction, extra crotch coverage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? Like, I had to ask you guys. You guys are the transsexual underwear experts.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks to people that are going.
What is this tuck? What is this tuck operation? Operation Tuck Me Under?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it might actually be good if you were like not well endowed and you could just be like, aha, look at he's got a small dick, and you're like, no, man, I'm just tucking.
It's
Oh
weird, though.
yeah, bro. Okay. This is tuck-friendly underwear.
It's
All
too
right?
bad. What's that? Fucking Ace Ventura. Remember where he turned
Exactly.
her
Oh,
around?
yeah.
And she had the
Laces
huge-
out.
Mr. Winky, is that what he called it? Or,
Yeah.
I forget.
Winkle, Van Winkle.
Van
dude.
Winkle or whatever his name was, and he's like, she just got a dick or a serious case of the hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
But no, listen, people are going in, they're filming it, they are noticing it. I can tell you 100% that like employees are because in the videos, people are just like, you can tell that they're just, some people are about it, some people are not.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, I don't care if you have a couple LGBTQ shirts in a store. Does it have to have a whole fucking section? Does it have to have kids stuff? I mean, you don't see you don't see anything. Even in like Black History Month, man, you don't see a section like this. You know what I mean? It's a very small section of black owned
I don't know
businesses.
about that, dude.
Dude, we just had it not that long ago. It's nothing like this. Zero. Like this section was massive. It was a 30 foot by 30 foot section of the store, dude. It was huge.
Big.
There's 40, 50, 60 different items in that section. It is crazy big.
Yeah.
And
I don't
so
know. I've seen stores go off the wall for BLM stuff. So I don't know.
what stores?
Maybe-
Target? I'm talking about Target right now. I'm saying Target has gone real heavy with this LGBTQ shit, and they don't do that with other things. They don't. You don't see it with holidays. I mean, Christmas obviously is a huge one. There's a ton of that, but I'm just saying for this kind of random stuff.
Yeah. But they immediately had backlash. And I think a part of that backlash is from the designer they chose.
Well, that's coming out now.
Satanist.
That's coming out now.
Yeah. I mean, and the guy's a full-on Satanist. So, like some of the designs he has, like this one in this picture here, join my cult.
It's join my gay cult.
Oh, join my gay cult. That's what it is.
That's a pin.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pin. So go to the article
So, like,
with his
social media users found this guy's Apple or found his whatever. account.
He was quoted saying, "Devil is hope and love. The devil is hope and love."
Satan respects pronouns. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, it's crazy. It's crazy to me that they went with this guy. First of all, I'm trying to pull it up here and see where I have
Well, this
it.
says the major retailer partnered with UK-based brand Ab Pralin to sell merchandise with pro-LGBTQ messages. But this whole like tuck-friendly swimsuits and all that stuff, I guess, was from this designer Eric Carnell.
Yeah.
So he's the outspoken Satanist.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you're going to sell this and you're going to work with somebody to create a product, if you're the buyer for Target, right, you have to look at all the aspects. And being in a situation where, like, I was friends with the buyers at the company I was in before, and I understood that, when you're shopping for new product to come into your store, there's a lot of things to take into effect. Not just, in my situation, food, right, the taste, the presentation, the size, all that stuff. But you have to look at the company as well, right? And so, there's lots of companies that if you go on Etsy, there's lots of people that make LGBTQ shit. Lots of them. Lots of people. And I'm sure some of those people are great people, like just normal people that just are proud to be gay, right? That's fine. You pick the guy who has the most like insane background that spews the most crazy shit. I'm talking about homophobe headrest, burn down the system, SIS system.
I know, dude. I was just gonna say, like, I love these like aggressive messages that he puts on his merchandise. So, heteronormativity is a plague.
Yeah.
But like that homophobe headrest also had an image of a guillotine. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you're a homophobe, off with your head.
Yeah, I guess he explained in an Instagram post. He says Satan represents, quote, passion, pride, and liberty. And
Well, read the next one, dude.
and loves all LGBT plus people. He says, quote, Satanists don't actually believe in Satan.
That's
What?
He is merely used as a symbol
think
of
that's how it
passion,
works.
pride, and liberty. He means to you
what you
what
needed.
you need him to mean.
Yeah.
So for
I
me,
don't
Satan
know
is
about that.
hope, compassion, equality, and love. So naturally,
Okay, we don't have to read this whole fucking thing, dude. This guy's a
So naturally, Satan respects pronouns.
yeah.
Yeah, good. That's a good ally. You know what
But
I'm
he's
saying?
saying
It's a great
he's
ally.
basically saying that like Satan, he doesn't believe the Bible, and it's all a metaphor, dude.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that there are certain things that you can say that it's a metaphor, but some people think that the word of the Bible is legit, dude.
Well,
Like,
he says down here and further in this quote, he says, Satan is a deity who themself is a mixture of genders. So it's perfect.
Yeah. I don't get it.
well, Baphomet is, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't get all this shit. I will never understand it, the LGBTQ thing. I just feel like as a human being, whether you're a male, a female, if you're on the spectrum in some aspects, like you're a person. and you have a job and you have family and friends that you take care of and you try to do your best. And that should be your identity. Like, what kind of person are you, right? But for whatever reason, like, we've got groups of people in this country that are living off of this is their whole identity. And it's just weird to me. Like, I would never, as a straight white male, I would never buy straight white male shirts. You know what I mean? Like, I would just not buy a shirt that's just like, straight is great. You know what I mean? Like, this is weird. It's weird. I'm like, I don't need to tell
or
you.
like a white pride t-shirt.
It's fucking weird, right? All that stuff is weird to me. Like, just be normal. Like, if you are gay, I don't give a shit. No one gives a shit. If you want to, like, if you have a group of friends and you all want to call each other they, thems, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why that's their whole identity.
What's concerning is you see this trend with Satanism and the transgender movement. I mean, you had, who was the guy that was hired in Joe Biden's administration who came out as like an SBDM?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was kind of like a Satanist guy.
Yeah, that
You
dude.
have this person in the transgender designer has a Satanist.
Yeah.
You have the Church of Satan coming out supporting abortion, saying that it's a religious right.
Sure.
I mean,
Are you
there's
shocked by
trend
it,
here.
though? I mean, are you really shocked by it? Because I feel like where a lot of people in that community, and I can't speak for them because I'm not one of them, but I'm guessing they have like a grudge towards Christianity because for a long time they have not felt accepted by Christians. And I
mean, it's in the Bible that I mean, it's a man and a woman.
Well, see, I think that's it's been miscued a little bit or skewed because I feel like it's not that they don't accept them, it's that they don't want to follow along with them. Mm-hmm. Like, I believe most Christians will look at a person and say, everybody sins. Everybody has their sins, and to them, this is a sin. That doesn't mean you don't love the person. It just means you want to help them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how a Christian looks at it. Like, I'm not going to condone
they can't procreate, and that is the gift of God is children. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
That's one of the blasphemies of it. It's just like if you form this relationship, you will not be able to produce the gift of God. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
that's where it gets a little,
But do you feel like that's
preachery.
like kind of like on the upper end of the spectrum, right? With Christians, like I feel like most people don't care. Like if you want to live your life and that's the life you choose, so be it.
Sure,
Just
dude.
don't let it affect mine.
Yeah.
Dude, I know plenty of straight people who don't have children.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So it's like that's the same decision. Like if you're gay, you're fucking gay. I don't care. Like, don't have children. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's just that they ride, like their whole life rides on it, and that's where I don't understand that. Like we all sin, we all do things that if you're looking at the Bible, we all make mistakes, and we learn from them, and we hopefully get better from them. We or ask for forgiveness.
I think the whole like gay pride month, the black pride month, the pride month in general is a way to divide people because you're always going to have people who take it way too far, like Target did, and that causes controversy and it causes people to divide, and they go, screw you, Target. I'm not going to blah, blah, blah. And then you have people going, why is this guy such like a transphobe? He's a homophobe. Like, well, come on, man. And it divides everybody.
Well, I think mostly it's a ploy to make money.
It's
for sure. Absolutely.
Because you can be prideful and not have a company make $1 billion off of you.
Dude, they're losing money. I was
now
talking
they are,
about this.
But up until now, they were making money.
No, I don't think so. I think Target. No, I think Target lost a lot of money. I think they always have. If you want my honest opinion, I think Target's lost a lot of money over the years doing this because every single time I go into a store and listen, I'm a toy shopper. I went to our Target in Kelso. I went to Vancouver Mall. I went to the Vancouver location, Portland locations. I was all over the place shopping around. And every single time that this shit happens, you see this huge section, and there it all is, blah, blah, blah. And then, at the end of the month, everything's on clearance. $3 a shirt, $5 a shirt, because no one's buying the shit.
Take it for free, please.
I guarantee Target spending millions of dollars on merchandise across the board for something that they're going to sell a handful of, and especially like here, maybe Austin. There's obviously a large community, but I'm just saying in general, they're not selling all of this stuff, man. They're not restocking this shit. So they're losing money to stay woke right now.
Yeah, there's charts and stuff going around about their stock dipping down. It was like 163. Now it's around 150, something below 150.
Yeah.
So it's like a 147-ish. But that's like a week graph, 1 week view. You have to like span out to like a 6 month or a year or so to get the full picture.
I just think the audience there's not a large enough audience for it. That's all
Probably
I'm trying to
not.
say. With that amount of stuff, that amount of merch, your everyday person's not buying it.
But
Which begs the question, who's pushing this agenda? Because if it goes against them making money, why did they even come up with it?
Because I feel like if they don't, they're going to be criticized as not supportive.
By the same,
Will they?
By
Yes.
the same minority that's not buying their
Yeah.
clothes.
Same thing with the bathroom shit, man.
It
Like
doesn't-
who
I
really
don't know.
did
I
the
don't think that
bathroom
would
thing?
matter.
Yeah,
You don't think that matters?
I mean, this.
Why?
No.
Why?
Because like, where's the bathroom thing now? Like, no one really cares about it.
There's bathrooms all over the place that are gender neutral bathrooms. Just took a picture
There
the other
are,
day.
but there's also just regular men and women's bathrooms. Like,
There are.
The companies that still have men and women's bathrooms are doing just fine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that. I feel like it's a big push up front, but if you just ride the line and you hold out, you'll be totally okay with that.
I don't know,
with,
man.
Like
Probably.
with this transgender movement, if you push it super hard, you'll get that Bud Light kind of scenario where people just go, "Screw this, I'm done with it."
Yeah, I guess I'm confused on what you're arguing with me on. Like, because I was just saying that they need to they have to go over the top. Like it's not good enough anymore just to say like, "Hey, I support you," like verbally. We support you as a company. We support the movement. Now it's like you have to show by having whole sections dedicated to it.
I think Greg's point was like, yeah, you can push an agenda and a position that you want to be in, but as a business, how far do you push that and just keep losing money?
They're still doing it.
I know, but
And
as a business, you're not going to purposely lose money.
Exactly.
And, unless
who
you
makes
have
the decision
unless you
to
have an
do that,
ulterior
right?
motive that is worth more.
Sure. And that's like the long game. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, eventually 10 years down the road, this will make us billions of dollars. It's like, no, it's like, how do you as a board come up with these decisions that continually make your product worse? You know what I mean? And it makes your product less desirable to the public. So that's where I'm confused. I'm like, okay, well, they actually called the meeting. They said, hey, we got to avoid the Bud Light situation. It's like, well, why are you guys putting yourself in this situation in the first place? You already are admitting that going down this road will eventually lead to a Bud Light situation. So why are you doing it?
I don't think they understand. I think there's a bubble that exists in a lot of these people, a lot of the CEOs and these corporations and the people that work in, just like tech companies in San Francisco. There is a bubble that they live
out
in.
of touch.
It's very out of touch. And the problem is, first and foremost, as a business, a lot of businesses put in their budget for major losses. They do certain things that they know is going to lose money to bring new people in. And it's like coupons and shit, right? Like you will sell products for a loss. We sold products for a loss. There were certain group items that we would sell and not make money on them and actually lose money on them.
But continuously lose money? I mean, you're not losing a lot of money. I mean, how much money do you think they're spending on this whole thing?
I mean, it's as a company wide. I'm sure it's millions, hundreds, like couple million bucks, hundreds of millions of dollars probably. But
Well, and
as a
that's what I
big
want to
scheme
know
of
is
it-
like, was there an upfront amount of money that they were guaranteed? Be like, hey, if you guys do this ad and you do this kind of agenda thing, we'll give you $100 million right up front. That'll account for any loss that you have down the road. It'll account for anything. That
What do you mean?
like,
Wait, but what do you mean? Like who's gonna pay that money? What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
Well, you said they
That's
offered
my
100.
that's my question,
That's
because
not-
I'm like, it seems like this is being driven not just by the companies. It seems like it's being driven by an outside force that's like producing this stuff inside of the company, saying like, hey, here's some suggestive ideas. We should try to like push the bubble, like you're saying. Let's try to spread our bubble out. Let's see how it's perceived, and if it's not perceived well, let's pull it back a little bit. I mean, they do this stuff all the time, like with products and with ideas.
Maybe it's what the outside influence is, the societal push from inside their bubble.
I mean, you have
and
like the
then-
Bilderberg Group, you have the WEF. There's a lot of corporations.
They're not paying Target anything for this. I'm absolutely
I don't-
convinced of that. The
Okay.
buyers of Target, they found a person, whoever suggested it, I have no idea. Somebody in the group said, there's a guy who's producing this stuff and it seems to be really popular. The company as a board or whatever went, yeah, this would be perfect for our fucking, for our Pride Month. And they looked at his shit and they said, we'll invest, $100 million in your merchandise. We'll
Like,
buy $100 million worth
how
of
out
shit.
of-
I don't get how that happens, dude.
do you
How
mean, how
out
does
of
that
touch
happen?
do you have to be to see the Bud
Exactly.
Light situation go down and then be like, man, you guys, we got to steer clear of that kind of outcome.
I guess
Hey,
it's
sir,
hard
we
for
got
me.
this artist that produced Satanist stuff. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's
They
do
might
it.
not have looked at that, though.
It's-
They
it's
might
How do you
not.
hard
not?
for
That's
me
all
to
over
picture,
everything the guy
like-
produces.
No. No.
Well, it's hard for me to picture like a CEO or a board being that out of touch. Like to Chris's point, for them to be that out of touch and being in the position that they are in to actually make these decisions for a corporation, for them to like look at a decision and be like, and not have some sort of foresight into what could this bring to fruition as far as like
honestly, I don't think they ever had this problem before, because I think they were doing it before because they didn't want the backlash of the LGBT community before. But now the backlash on the other side is getting even more than that would have been in the first place. And I don't think they expected that.
Dude, I just feel like there's obvious reasons why. Like, I'm not really getting what you guys are saying here. Honestly, they've done this for multiple years. They've never had, I mean, they've had like some weird shit, but they've never had merch like this, ever. Yeah. Ever. And so, like, you also are negating, what's the word? You're kind of bypassing the fact that Bud Light is a generally straight male kind of a drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, the market for Bud Light is your average 30-year-old fucking guy who works and comes home and has a beer.
Okay.
Target is a woman. Like, I know I love Target.
But why wouldn't the same, like...
Because the market for Bud Light is males who, in general, are working guys who don't give a shit about LGBTQ.
So you're thinking they could get away with it a little bit more with Target?
Dude, I think that's the general woman also.
No. See, I disagree. Like,
I don't think so.
General women vote Democratic generally. That's always been the thing. Trump didn't get a great vote with women. He didn't. He did not.
That doesn't mean they're okay with all this shit.
It doesn't mean that they're okay, but if you look, and we have a ton of women in our audience that would absolutely disagree with me, right? That they would say, like, I don't like this stuff at all. I agree with that. But my point is Target for many years have been doing like these small things where, like, last season's thing was like, you know, transgender rights. That was the shirt, transgender rights, or transgender deserve rights, or human rights are transgender rights, or whatever. Those are like basic tees.
Yeah.
They're not like, you know, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm not buying that
It's
shit.
not tuck construction.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And what they did is they took it to another level. They found this artist who took things to another level, and it offended people.
See, this is the shit where I was talking like about Greg from Meet the Fuckers, the risk analysis guy. I would love to know, like, there had to be a risk analysis guy come to that meeting and be like, sir, there's a 69% chance that this is going to be a success. You know what I mean? Like, where did you get the numbers for this? How did you decide that? Is it based off of the large female customer base, or, you know what I mean? What drives that decision? That's what I'm most
honestly, I think for the most part, when it comes to any kind of agenda or any kind of this shit, I think the female population is obviously a little more what's the word?
Affable,
accepting.
Not really accepting, but just, you know, they're willing to tolerate more, maybe
a little.
And I think things have finally gotten to a point where no one's tolerating it anymore. It's just getting out of control.
Yeah, but the question is why? Like, what pushed it over there? It's been going on for years with Target.
That's the way everything is.
I know, but
everything progresses until it gets to a point where okay, that's too far.
But I'm saying, like, when you say I can't see the bubble being that out of touch, like, I absolutely can. They've said we've done this for years. We may have taken losses every time, but it shows that we support them. We do sell some merch, right?
Yeah.
And then this year they went with a new guy who maybe they didn't know that much about. Regardless,
I don't believe that at all.
Well, who knows?
You're not a big company like that, and you don't know much about the guy you're signing with.
That's not true, man. I'm saying if a board member came in and said, I found this great guy and showed merch. Here's 15 items I picked out from this guy's stuff that we should put into our store. Okay? That does not mean the CEO is going to go, give me their website. I'm going to go look at all their other shit. They're going to look at the shit that's presented to them, because this stuff that you're talking about, the Satanist shirt, the shirt he's wearing that has the devil on it, the one that says, like, join my gay cult, that's not being sold in Target. That's not in Target. That's the other shit. So what I'm saying is they could have presented him the safer shit, even though it's terrible still. They could have presented the more safe shit, the queer shirt, and no one ever went back and looked at his whole catalog of shit. That's just like our show. You may watch our show and see it and watch 5 episodes back, but you may not go back 100 episodes and look at what we were doing, or 200. So I'm just saying it's not out of the realm to think that somebody presented some of his merch and had it kind of, these are the 20 items that we like from them. What do you guys think? And they're like, that's not that bad. Not realizing that this guy has a history of, you know, some really, like, weird shit.
Yeah.
So it's possible. I'm just saying it's possible that they didn't. But at the end of the day, I feel like they went too far, and the women are, once you start bringing kids into it, I think that starts offending people, and I think that's
Well, it
what's
reminds
happening.
me of the Balenciaga thing, dude. I mean, there's just people making decisions that don't look into who they're hiring, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
they don't look into the history of these artists.
Yes.
Especially when you get into artist and artistic design and stuff. I mean, Marina Abramovic
Yeah.
is an artist, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That's
But-
true, I guess.
I mean, look how far she goes,
Yeah.
bro. So that's where it's like, if you know, you know, but it's because we've done the research and we've looked into these people. I find it very, I don't know. Maybe I just don't get the CEO lifestyle. Maybe I don't get the whole decision-making process. Maybe that's like way above my head. But one of the basic things that I would do is say, okay, who are you recommending and why? And show me some of the back catalog. And to your point, maybe some of the Satan stuff was left out of the back catalog.
Well, here's the other mistake I think you're making is that the CEO is even involved in this in the first place. They're not. Like, you hire buyers. We had buyers for our company. We had 5 or 6 people. There was a produce department buyer, a grocery department buyer.
Yeah, a
They
lot of the
make
times they're
purchases.
depending on other people to do
Yeah,
these.
the
Okay, well,
CEO has-
whoever that person is, like I just threw out CEO as like a generic.
Yeah, the buyers.
Catch-all.
Yeah, the buyers are making these decisions on what's going to fit the store, and then the CEO catches wind that why are we all of a sudden having this outpour of like social media saying that we're. Then they see this and we got to have a fucking emergency meeting. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like in that article, he's like, you
Yeah.
guys have 36 hours to change this.
Yeah, especially, I mean, it's kind of weird that they said only in the southern states because they knew that the market.
Well, that was their biggest pushback was
Yeah.
in southern states.
But regardless, once the CEO catches wind, or even somebody right below the CEO, they catch wind of like, why are we trending on social media right now? And it's negative. Then you call in a meeting and you say, who the fuck did this? And that's where you have to look at the buyers and you say, you fucked this up, man. Like, it's cool to be
For
like
sure, but I-
supportive. What's up?
I think that they have like weekly, monthly meetings. At least I would think that they would have some meetings to discuss this, and the CEO would at least be aware of the plans. You know what I mean? Somewhat.
No. When you have a store that has 100,000 products, I mean, our small store that we had 100,000 products. Our small store.
Okay.
And so when you're shifting products over and over again, the CEO doesn't give a fuck. Like, they'll come in and they'll look and be like, oh yeah, you got your general shit, but they're not keeping tabs on every style, brand, every kind of shirt design. Like, that's not their thing. They're looking at financials when you're talking about the top. CEOs are. So they're relying on the buyers to make right decisions, and then to also like go back on products that they're buying. So if they purchase something that's a bad seller, they discount it out of the store and they move on from that product.
Do you think they'll have a Bud Light situation regardless of trying to negate this?
No, I don't think they will.
Not to the same extent, I don't think.
I think Target customers are more forgiving than Bud Light customers. Yep.
I mean, we'll see. They're gonna take a loss. on
They're
this.
going to take a hit.
Yeah, they'll take a hit.
Whether it sticks around as long as Bud Lights has, I mean, that remains to be seen. I don't think it will go as long as Bud Light. I think the Bud Light thing is an anomaly, honestly.
Well, the target audience that they fucked with was just the absolute wrong audience.
Yeah.
And Target does have a lot more people, like general people. It's not just males. It's not just females. It's all over the place. So they're gonna have a hit. But even in the Target here, like I said, it literally went from this giant section to one single wall.
Yeah, in the back of the store now.
In the middle of the store. But my
Yeah.
point is it went from probably 100 different variations of product to 20. And so they cut it down drastically.
I do think that this brings up a very important point of how you have power, and like that the power is in the numbers, and with our numbers we can vote and we can spend our money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you have a company like this that isn't doing something that you agree with, like your wife was kind of pushing back against it, then like never shop there again, or just like don't shop there until they remove it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, show them that you mean business, and show them that, hey, we'll take the money away from you, and we'll force you to change and kind of contour to our likings as well.
Well, yeah, if you don't agree with something, hit them in the pocketbook is where it's going to hurt them, people like this, the most.
Well, here's the deal. Target's got huge, and they need to understand that they are not fail-proof. And like, we've seen it. Obviously, there's companies that come and go. Kmart, they come through. JCPenney's. Like, there's companies that were very successful that probably from business decisions failed. But it's not that Target can't fail. They can fail.
Yeah.
And to your point, like, you have to make those decisions and take a break from them. If you're really mad, go shop at Walmart, dude. Go shop at fucking Kohl's or something.
That's why I don't go to Taco Time.
Because they're...
And they disappointed me, and I never went back.
Wow.
Because their churro looks like a penis or something.
I don't know. This guy over here is a one and doneer, dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a hit it and quit it guy. But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think you're making a mistake by not giving it a second chance. But that to this point, like, people shop at Target weekly, and if they're being
Sometimes daily,
sometimes daily. But I'm saying they're going to make that. This might just be the one extra step. There's a lot of other things that probably piss people off about Target, and this is just another example of another thing. And so we'll see what happens with these guys. But poor decision making. Whoever is the buyer made poor decisions, and I think that's affecting the company right now. So fire them.
Yeah, that buyer probably isn't going to have a job anymore.
Well, I'm just wondering also who's next, because I mean, it was Bud Light, now it's Target. I mean, it seems like all these large corporations. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Walmart gets caught up in this too.
Walmart,
you never know.
Yeah, but Walmart. I went to Walmart and their section. I was actually laughing about it because I was in the store, and I told my wife, I was like, I just found their section of LGBTQ shit, and it's literally like a shipper box in the middle of the aisle that has like a couple sunglasses on it with rainbow flags and shit. And I'm like, oh, okay, so there's like 10 items here. It's just not as in your face. And
I think Walmart, I think Walmart is Walmart, but I think the good thing that Walmart has done over the years is they've always stuck to the middle ground when it comes to politics.
I agree with that. I mean, they have shirts, and I don't think anybody cares about them having varieties of stuff, right? It's just, this is over the top. And I think that if people start shopping at Walmart, then so be it. And Walmart's not great either. They have other issues. Yeah. Every company does. But we just have to make a decision. Where do you want to go, man? At the end of the day, where do you want to move to? Yeah. So they'll feel it. They'll make changes, and we'll see what happens next year. I think that's the big one is we still have June to go through. Yeah. So what's going to happen then? They're already decreasing their displays, and it's not even the month yet.
Yeah, it's not even into Pride Month yet.
And so next year, the big question is, are you going to see something like this again? Because if they do it again, then I think those people that forgave them and moved on are going to be even more upset. So we'll see. I think it's interesting nonetheless. And I mean, the guy has the right to believe in the devil, but we have the right to not shop there because he does so. So, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So that's that. That's Target. I'm still gonna go get toys there. I mean, you know.
Dude, I'm gonna say, like, end decision. Are you guys gonna still shop at Target?
I don't go to Target anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like
Ash goes to Target every once in a while. But.
Yeah, Jill, my wife for sure is like already just saying like she's just over the whole thing. I'm gonna go there occasionally. I don't spend that much money at Target. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like a big thing. I don't buy a ton of clothes there. Sometimes I'll get milk or something if I'm there and it's easy. But no, I'm cool with going to Walmart. It's fine with me. I don't spend that much money with them either. I'm not their main clientele. Neither is Chris. Yeah. So if he doesn't go, they're like, "Oh, thanks, we lost $10 this year, so it's no big deal." So yeah, I mean, are you? You're still gonna.
I mean, there's certain things that I get at Target that I can't find anywhere else except for Amazon. So it's either Target or Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, pick your poison. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like this whole movement is doing, is it's forcing you to either buy local if you can, or just don't buy the products that you want to buy. Yeah. Because there's Target will only have specific products that I buy.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So you're forcing me now through this whole diversity movement, like whatever, to make a decision. And I'm going like, well, you know what? Does it really matter that much to me?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, man. And that's and there's other products and other stuff that you can find other places. I'm sure that would be equal if you decide to do that. I'm not going to just like, I'm never going again. I'm not going to do that. But this is another step that if they were to do something else down the road like that, I'm leaning more towards like saying fuck Target. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now. I don't want my kids seeing that for sure and questioning.
I mean, I'm okay with taking a break from Target for at least like a year, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't need these things that I get from Target. Like
sure.
if we all like join this like movement just to like push back, I'm fucking okay with joining that.
Sure.
A
fuck Target.
Amount of time.
Yeah. Hey man, Walmart's right across the street, man. I'll just go there for now. That's right. How I'm looking at it. They have toys too, so I'll go there and get my toys, man. No big deal. Absolutely. I want to talk about something you brought that I heard on the radio today, and it's the giant vagina.
Oh yeah, this 4-foot tall golden vagina.
Yeah. Only on one side. Right? Or is it a completely different statue?
I think it's like a double
side.
So
there's a vagina on one side and then a golden schlong on the other side.
Yeah. Golden schlong.
Supposed to bring good luck, though. Supposedly.
Yes. Yeah. So apparently this is like this cultist Buddhist nun, affectionately known as Mother Brahmin, built the salacious statue of this 4-foot tall golden vagina so that women could increase their fertility and fortune, as well as a tone for their sinful acts, such as abortion.
Now I'm going to say what Chris said right in the beginning. This is a poorly done vagina and penis. It's not
yes.
good. They clearly just made a shitty concrete statue and then proceeded to rattle can gold paint it.
Actually, what we should have done, I should have shown you a picture of this and be like, "What do you guys think this is?"
Oh, I know what I mean.
There's so much overspray.
Yeah, don't tape it off. You know what I'm saying? For God's sakes, just put some tape around it so you don't get the overspray.
And then
where's the overspray?
Just look at the photo.
You look at the picture of the vagina one, and there's so much you can see.
Put it on. You don't have it up. Show it on the screen so you can use your thing.
I had it up a little bit ago.
It's so bad that it's dripping down on the
there's so much
below.
paint that's not even on the gold part that's supposed to be gold, and all these it looks like they just went. Psh, that's good.
Well, it's almost like that silver piece that they have up is kind of like a protector. They put that up there to spray paint it, and they just haven't removed it yet. But no, that's part of it. Same thing with the golden schlong, dude.
Yeah, the golden schlong is even worse.
Yeah, it's just all over there, dude.
That looks
upside down
it's
schlong.
so messy.
That looks like my child's drawing of a butterfly. It's not good.
Or like a child's drawing of an elephant or something.
Yes.
Just gigantic trunk.
The vagina one though, it's this good luck vagina and the ring of assholes. You know what I'm saying? Around.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those
There's
are vaginas,
puckering
but
buttholes.
those are hemorrhoid buttholes.
Well, dude, so these articles are funny because of how they word them in the beginning.
Yep.
And the openers are always great, dude. This says the Bible's golden calf has nothing on Buddhism's golden vagina.
Yeah.
All right. So I just love that as an opening line.
Look at that fucking paint job on that. That is so bad. You can't even say that's a statue. You can't even say that's a monument. That is just somebody put that in their yard. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, bro.
It's not good. It's not good. I don't know that on the radio today they were talking about that, supposedly this brings good luck, obviously, for fertility. Some are going to go praise the penis. You know what I'm saying? And
praising that penis.
How come they put all these little dicks pointing straight up, but then the big one is flaccid?
Hey,
why wouldn't
size doesn't
why
matter,
wouldn't you
okay,
flip
Dave?
that one up too? If it was really a fertility, why wouldn't you just have them all ugh?
Yeah, stout.
Oh, that's true, dude.
I like how they have a boxing match that they're going to be doing next door here. Got a little boxing glove. It's hey,
do they?
get dicks and punches.
There's a fair sign or something.
Yeah, it's got a boxing
over
glove
here
on it.
to the left.
Yeah.
It's
Are you feeling aggressive after staring at this large dick?
Take out your unpented
Right,
energy.
right
dude.
next to the big dick is one of those boxing machines where you see how hard you punch.
Yeah, with your dick, actually.
Well, it's funny. Look next to the big dick. There's actually a cock, a golden cock as well.
Where
Like a
at?
rooster.
Where? Oh, is that?
Oh yeah, there's a.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
Yeah, man, they got it all.
What the hell are they doing here?
This is
this also says that guarding the fertility sculpture is a Hydra-esque stone snake with 7 heads. It sits nearby under a mango
it's
tree.
in that picture. It's in that picture right there. That's the.
Oh yeah, right there. The thing's sitting right next to it.
Oh, so that is supposed to be a prophylactic. All right, you rub up against it. Now, this kind of reminds me of an article that I posted to our Instagram at the Last Americans podcast. Everybody go check it out. Go subscribe.
Oh, that the statue of the guy.
Yeah, there was a statue
Yeah.
of a soldier who died, and there was this folk tale where if the women go up to this man and rub his lips and rub his genitals area,
Yeah,
they'll
and he's
actually
a
get-
brass
they'll find-
statue. So
they'll find good luck and they'll find somebody that they can marry.
it's like a brass statue. So it's just sitting there in the weather, and how copper. I think it'd be actually copper, where it turns green, gets that greenish color.
Yeah.
Well, on the guy's dick on the statue and on his lips are still copper fucking
Oh yeah.
bronze, like a bronze.
So it's
color.
worn away.
they're just
it's been
rubbing on
rubbed.
those parts constantly.
I mean,
And
that's
the
a
picture
funny
that I
inside
posted.
joke.
The picture that I posted was of a woman grinding the statue,
Sitting on top of him, riding him.
That's an inside joke.
hoping for fertility. You know what I mean?
He was telling women to do this so they can just watch and laugh at how much these women actually are just stroking off a statue, dude. It's like that Beastie Boy song, brass statue,
Oh God.
that flaccid
But
statue.
it must work, dude. Think about it. I'm so why are people still doing this? If it didn't work, they would have stopped doing this.
Mind over matter.
So
dude.
it must work.
Or they just
maybe it is
believe
mind
it
over
is.
matter.
They
Maybe you
believe it
just
is.
now you believe you're fertile, so your body
Yeah.
just produces.
It could.
But not only that, but just finding a mate. Like they go to they rub the lips on the statue and the junk on the statue to go find a significant other.
Yeah.
And it must work.
If they rub the dick and they feel like, hey, by rubbing this dick, I'm going to find a mate, maybe that gives them enough confidence to actually do what normal people do and just go find a fucking mate.
Yeah, the placebo effect.
It's a
Yeah, for
placebo
sure.
effect.
Yeah.
And like, listen, I'm not saying that there's no spirituality behind it. I'm not saying that there's not some fucking thing to it. But in reality,
mean,
it's probably just like women stroking a fucking piece of metal.
Is that not the same thing?
It kind of is. It's a faith in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I
But-
mean, all of it's kind of the placebo effect.
Well,
as long as you believe and you think about it, you're going to manifest.
But see,
that.
I believe in religion and I believe in miracles and shit. And I believe that like by giving yourself over to God, that like you can have fortunes come your way. I do believe that. I've seen people that pray and great things come from it. You could argue that that's just whatever, but I believe that. And so rubbing a dick, I don't know, man. Like I just feel like I doubt there's some guy, some God up there is like, every time they stroke my dick, we wish you luck. Yeah, like it's not happening. There's no one. Somebody
well,
made it.
some would say that that's black magic.
well, I mean,
That's
some
like
of those people
dark
that think
voodoo
that way
shit.
do think they are gods. So
I mean, it's a weird one. I got to admit, this is kind of a weird one. It's poorly done.
That it is.
I don't know why it's even in the news because those are terrible statues. I could do that. I could do that. No problem. It's not even a great looking vagina. I got to be real with you. It's pretty funky. It's pretty funky.
yeah,
If that was what you was looking back at, you'd be like, nah, I don't know about this one.
It's
Not
like-
sure.
The vagina?
Yeah, it's a little.
That's why I was like going to send it to you, be like, hey, what does this look like to you? You know,
It's
you
just-
guys, all you listeners out there should
It's
actually
the-
post
it's the
this
wandering
and
eye.
send it to your mom or your dad and be like,
It does look like kind of an eye.
Happy Mother's Day.
Or it's something like off Stranger Things or something. You know, it's a weird portal. It's a weird portal. Yeah, that's. I thought it was funny.
it
I
brings you
chuckled.
to the upside down.
Hey, there's nothing.
Ooh,
Like,
there's an
listen,
alien coming out.
what's that called? Kama Sutra. Is
Oh
that-
yeah,
Like, you know, they hey, over here they believe in this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like those release powers, and they fucking, you know, certain positions have certain, you know, things. So hey, whatever. If you want to go pray to it, that doesn't hurt anything. You know what I'm saying? If it makes
right.
you
Sure.
more confident, have at it, bro. If it gives you a harder
Well,
dick,
maybe
have
this
at it.
maybe this German tourist who's almost going to have his penis cut off
Yeah.
needs to go see the giant penis. Okay.
Yeah.
oh,
So this is another article that I brought. He's a 50-year-old man, and he faces having his penis amputated after a crazy 24-hour ecstasy and Viagra sex marathon with his
Yeah.
wife that left him in septic shock. Okay.
maybe he doesn't need to go see it. Maybe he did go see it.
He probably did, dude. And that's why he was so horny that he was like, oh my God, I got to screw something. Come here, wife.
It's a
So-
trap.
Yeah, he's in serious condition. This is after having sex for 24 hours. Could you imagine, dude?
I mean, he's 50, bro. Like 24 hours of sex
Man.
at 50 is that's a lot to
24
ask.
hours at any age.
I mean,
That's a
24
lot.
How old is his
minutes. 24 minutes at 50 is a lot to ask, bro. Like, let's
Well,
break this
yeah.
down. I mean, 24
true.
hours straight. You're just banging all day. Like, I'm surprised you didn't have a heart attack. If you want my honest
That's
opinion.
true.
How I don't understand how you could do that.
Well, they're saying that septic shock has caused necrosis of the man's penis and scrotum.
Ugh.
My God, dude. Like, I mean, this is I've heard of like, you know, balls against the wall.
Yeah.
You know, balls to the wall.
Yeah.
This takes it to the next level, dude.
Yeah, when she
It's
said
just like
she
a Jason Statham movie.
when
You
she
know what I mean?
said when she said she was
Like
gonna
Killer
break
the
him,
Crank, yeah.
she meant she was gonna break him, literally.
Oh,
She's like, I'm gonna
God.
fuck you to death, and he's like, I'm close. I'm
What?
very close.
Oh,
I have to have sex or my penis will fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, when you're done, you're gonna be on a ventilator. You know what I mean? Like crazy shit, dude.
God, I mean, what is with people just taking things to the next level?
Well, I'll
I
say
mean,
this:
come
if
on.
you're going to go out, what better way to go out than 24 hours of sex and just a ruckus?
yeah,
of
but he's
fun?
not even going out. He's just gonna lose his dick.
Well, I mean, at least
Yeah,
he
that's
he
true,
had
dude.
more use of that dick in those 24 hours than most people do in 20
You gotta
years.
But how
lifetime
does this
of use.
happen though? I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're having sex.
They had to have been
Right.
on something. They had to have.
I don't
Well,
know
what do you
how
mean? They were on ecstasy and Viagra.
Yeah.
Or at least
Well,
he
that's
was.
what I'm
But how-
saying. That's the only way you do that.
No, he's saying, how do you get
How do
septic
you get
shock?
septic shock?
Oh,
Like, how
probably
does
just,
your dick get infected?
Dude, I mean, listen, if you masturbate too long, you can start getting burns. You know what I'm saying? And if he's going 24
Like
hours,
sores?
Yeah.
sores, and like maybe she had some like I don't know. Maybe she
had
has like
some
an
stuff going
STD
on
or
down
something, or maybe some little bread was being baked in there, and she, got a little yeast.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I don't know how this shit works. I'm not a sex doctor. I'm just saying. Something happened where he like literally went into septic shock over it.
My guess is he got some kind of sore from friction, and then the natural lubrications caused an infection.
It could be.
Okay. All right. Maybe
Or-
it's something that happened in this destination.
Hey, let's
too.
be real.
Or maybe they were using some foreign kind of shit to help along the way, and that caused.
Or he was doing a little backdoor duties. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah.
like they involved the anus.
That's what happened.
They were getting a little dirty, and 24 hours straight of that shit, like maybe that's something to it. A little pissing action.
No, that's exactly what happened.
A little
You know what it
Trump
was?
Russian
You guys
women.
know what it was?
What?
Ass to mouth. Okay. That's
Well, that was the,
you never go ass to mouth, guys.
No, that was
Come
like
on.
that was his.
The more you know.
It wasn't on his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like
Start
I think-
calling that move the 24-hour ass play is like
Yeah.
now it's the Oregon Trail game where everyone's dying of dysentery or something.
That's rough. That's rough. I mean, he had septic shock. She had shock. Just straight up ass shock from what was happening.
Dude, you know what it was? He was probably wearing that tuck it under underwear.
Oh,
you know what I
could be.
mean?
Yeah.
And that like just got his junk way too close to his butt.
Cut off
So that-
circulation. That's what happened. It cut off the
Yeah.
circulation. It
Or
started-
like formed like a greenhouse effect, and it
Yeah.
just kind of like started growing things that didn't need to be there.
we'll see that in the headlines. Target causes septic shock on dicks.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's good.
That's way off the
That's
rails.
good, man. I like that one. I dig that one. Another one I got real quick. I know you got You got a couple minutes here.
Yeah, I got about 5 minutes.
We have a Texas guy who's in the house.
Oh,
I believe
yeah.
it was here, and I got to ask you about this, Greg. Dade Fallon. I think that's how you say it. He's the Texas Attorney General. Oh no, I'm sorry. Texas Attorney General claims the Speaker, Dade Fallon, I think that's how you say it, Phelan, was drunk on the House floor and demands he resign over shocking video of him slurring his words in a late night vote. So this happened like in late night.
Yeah. I mean, what politicians aren't drunk?
Well,
You know?
this is different.
You got the video right
Yeah,
here?
go to the Twitter, Chris, because that's going to be a much cleaner video than this here. So, blow this up and play this here. Greg, what do you think of this, man? And I'll tell you what he said he thought it was.
Okay.
Here he goes.
Mr. Speaker, I move adoption.
Mr. Campbell, send the amendment. The amendment is acceptable to the author. Is there objection to the opposite amendment? Amendment is adopted.
Oh my God, he's hammered.
Wait, stop. Okay, first and foremost, please do me a favor, Chris. Turn this up
Oh
more.
my God, it can't go up more.
Is that as up as
loud as it
Oh
goes.
my God. Okay, do it one more time because this sounds like something you see on Saturday Night Live or like a fucking Jim Carrey movie. Like this is
You
so
know what's
How
sad?
is
This
that-
actually sounds like John Fetterman.
It does a little bit. It's
That's
like
what's really sad here, guys.
It's kind of like a Biden Fetterman combo.
I was gonna say it sounds like my 2-year-old. She's like, we have it.
Yeah,
Jeez, oh.
I like he's like.
Is there like
And
more of the
then-
video that we should have watched, or is this?
Well, just play it over because there's a couple more seconds. He does say a couple other lines here. He was just striking it
Speaker, I
down.
move adoption.
Mr. Campbell, send the amendment. The amendment is acceptable to the author. Is there objection to the opposite amendment?
I like this.
There is none. Amendment is adopted.
Hold on, right here. Nothing.
The chair recognizes Mr. Johnson of Harris. Mr. Johnson of Harris to speak in opposition to the bill.
The bill.
This guy's hammered, bro.
The chair recognizes Ms. Niave Criado to speak in opposition to the bill.
You can tell he's to the bill.
That guy's hammered
the
for
bill.
sure. He has to be.
He claims, guys, that he let me get it here. He claims that that they were up for 14 hours straight doing this bill, trying to pass it. This was a very late vote that was taken, and that because of the 14 hours, he was not intoxicated. He was had extreme exhaustion.
Bullshit. I'm up for 14
Yeah.
hours doing shit every fucking day.
I mean,
Dude, you know
like,
what though?
I'm
At
gonna
least
like
you wouldn't slur your words like that. You would just like have a pause. You'd have to be like, "Oh shit, I'm brain farting." You do like the whole like hand waving thing, right?
I almost told Chris it's like a stroke. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
you should have blamed it on that.
I know, but to Chris's point, he's right. He's saying like if he was having a stroke, he would have went to the hospital. He would have said like there was a medical emergency and that's what was going on.
Yeah, he wouldn't have just come back and saying, "I was just tired."
I mean, people are claiming that he's is intoxicated, that he's failed his job. One person added, "While I hope Speaker Fallon will get the help he needs, he has proven himself unworthy of Texans' trust and incapable of leading Texas House." But he came out.
Agree.
He came out here on noted that in the video shows Fallon at the end of a 14-hour day at the House. Also said the statement that Paxton's move was a last-ditch effort to save face amid his own legal issues.
Well, and then more importantly, right here, the second statement on the AG's personal Twitter, he said that Texans were relying on the House to pass critical conservative priorities, including protecting the integrity of our elections and preventing Chinese spies from controlling Texas land.
Yeah, that was one of it. Absolutely.
Right? So this guy's trying to vote on that, and he's drunk out of his ass. You know what I mean? Come on now, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't even know where this guy's, if he's Democrat, Republican. I have no idea. I don't know much about them. But regardless, like something was going on. You could say all day that you weren't drunk. You sure looked drunk. You sure sounded drunk.
Shit-faced drunk.
I mean, to the point that it's comedic. To the point where you're like, you know what I mean? Like, no one knows what you just did. But, I mean, here's the deal, man. Everybody's fine with Fetterman. Everybody's fine with Joe Biden. Everybody's hey.
Well, I mean,
there's-
not everybody.
I mean, that's a different dude. That's like, he can't help that he had that stroke. I mean, people could help that they voted for him. I mean, that's their problem. But,
My question is,
Fetterman had a stroke, dude.
How do they
That's
go
different than
through
being
this
drunk.
whole thing? I don't know how long he was up there talking like this, but how does someone immediately after he did that was like, "What is wrong? What is wrong
Yeah,
with you?"
why wouldn't somebody be like, "Sir, are you okay? Do you need like medical assistance? Are you having a stroke?"
Like, you just brought down that gavel on a thing that you can't even say.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was rough.
Dude.
And they're going to have to figure it out.
It's rough.
He's going to have to
Hopefully,
come out and make a statement on it. I don't think he actually come out and said, like, hey, I think somebody was defending him saying, hey, we've been doing this for 14 hours. We're in the fucking middle of the night right now. Like, he's exhausted. Like, give him some credit. But I think there's ways to see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does he have a history of
know.
this shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's weird.
Or does he have an office that's filled with whiskey
liquor?
bottles and like his drawers and shit?
I mean, shit.
You'd be able to smell it on him at that point.
I got to admit, though, after hearing some of these bullshit statements by the left and the right, it makes you want to drink. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't blame
That's
him
what I'm
for it.
saying. Like, I don't blame him.
No,
I mean,
you
I
got
would
a
be
job
drunk
to
every
do.
day with that job.
Yeah, you got a job to do. Good stuff, man. It was good
it's
stuff,
good.
man.
Yep.
Fun shit.
Good show, gents.
Let us know, guys. What do you think of Target? Are you going to boycott Target going forward? I want to know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Make sure you leave a review and follow all of our channels who are all new. The Last Americans podcast, guys. We're all over the place.
Go do
And I
it.
want to know, will you actually try the transgender underwear? Okay, will you try to tuck it under?
Will that become a trend?
should
Will
make that a
straight
bet,
guys do it?
No, because real men
As a
tuck
joke.
without underwear.
There you go.
Cheers to you, Greg. Cheers
All right,
to you.
cheers, everybody.
Oh, no. Fist bump it.
All right.
Later, guys.